What's good? We back with the Boxing Clinic. Good morning, it's your boy CJ Goodfella. Y'all know what it is. We back grinding, doing that boxing thing, real boxing talk. Hopefully get the brothers on and get ready to do a live stream or something like that. May preview Bron and the Celtics tonight, and tomorrow Game 7 with the Rockets and the Warriors as well, going down in Houston. Shout out to H-Town in the Bay Area. But yeah, I seen a question on social media that sparked a video idea. And let's say, hypothetically, Danny Garcia beats Sean Porter, okay? I'm not saying that's my 100% pick, but he will fight about the end of August with Sean, okay? Mikey is fighting the end of July, beginning of August with Garcia Jr., all right? Errol Spence is on track to fight 3 times this year, so Errol Spence is fighting in June. Probably can get it in November, December-ish, okay? Say Danny Garcia may do something that's not trending and fight 3 times in a year. Most people want to see him fight Errol Spence in December or November, whatever it may be. Maybe it may not be enough time. Would it be an issue, answer the question in the comment section, would it be an issue if he fought Mikey Garcia? If Mikey Garcia beat Garcia Jr. and say, you know what, Bob Arum ain't trying to let me fight Lomachenko. 140-pound tournament just started this fall that's coming up. The World Box Super Series tournament. Would anybody have an issue if Mikey jumped up and fought Danny Garcia? Now, I'm not just pulling this rabbit out my ass or out my hat. I'm pulling it out because Mikey Garcia issued the challenge to Danny. He said, I beat him in amateurs, I could beat him again. And would that be an interesting fight for y'all? And for me, I think it'll be interesting because Mikey has ran his yap. And he run his mouth so good that he said he wanted to see Errol Spence at the end of this year or, sometime next year. So this would put him in position to see Errol Spence, and fight Danny Garcia. Garcia is a good fighter. I'm not saying that he's for sure gonna beat Sean Porter. I would be a fool to believe that. But the thing about Sean Porter is, don't nobody want to fight him. Mikey Garcia is not gonna move up and fight Sean Porter. If he really was gonna move up after the Easter thing, it'd be him fighting a guy like Jesse Vargas or some shit like that, because that'd be a good fight on the West Coast. So, for him, that'd be a good introduction to 147 pound, and it'd give him another opportunity to win another belt. That'd be his fifth world title in 5 different weight classes. You know what I'm saying? It's a title in 5 different weight classes. So, not 5th world title, but it'll make sense, especially if you really want to smoke with Free Smoke Jr., which is Errol Spence. If you didn't know, now you know. I mean, for Danny, it'll be a lucrative fight. He'll have a title defense. It'll bring some money. He could bring Mikey to the Barclays Center. We see Mikey. It don't matter what Mikey fight. I mean, they can fight in Vegas. It's a good fight. It's a good money fight. And it's a good high-profile fight for Mikey Garcia. He was willing to jump up to 154 pounds and fight Cotto if they didn't, attach the Golden Boy contract to that fight. So he been talking, and at the end of the day, he said he gonna move that back down to 135 for one fight before, one more, and that's Garcia Jr. He potentially could try to make the Lomachenko fight, which I told you guys, Bob Arum not too keen on putting Lomachenko in there with Mikey Garcia. And if that boat sails, why not jump up to 147 and fight, Danny Garcia if he gets that 147-pound belt versus, versus Sean Porter. Danny can get a little fight in, and then next year they can make a big fight between Danny and Errol Spence. And I know a lot of people want to see Danny and Errol Spence next. Errol Spence said he'd be assured that he'd get that winner, and that's cool. But, at the end of the day, Errol Spence got a good money fight on the floor, too, if Omar Figueroa can whip back into shape and beat that DUI he got in Indian Wells, and get a fight in sometime right now. Omar Figueroa should have reemerged and fought on the Errol Spence undercard, because that's a big Texas fight for Earl. But after this, Earl may not have nowhere to go, so Danny Garcia might have to be fed to Errol Spence if Earl wants to fight 3 times this year. We haven't seen Danny Garcia fight 3 times a year in a very, very long time. So, I mean, if he does fight 3 times a year, it's probably going to be Errol Spence, but he might can finesse Steven Espinoza into a voluntary, with Mikey Garcia. And I think that'll make a lot of sense for him. Money-wise, get one more payday in before you fight Errol Spence. They can build the Errol Spence fight up. Earl can fight, somebody else. He's been talking to him fighting Ugas. I mean, he could fight another fight in Dallas with Ugas. It'd be in the heart of football season, but it's opponents out there for him. Even so, if Kell Brook wanted to fight at the end of the year and they want to do it again, they could do a catch weight, or they could do it at 154. I know Earl said he'll want another belt. he don't want a belt. But if he just wanted to fight and to prove something, a good money fight, bring Errol Spence, can bring Kell Brook ass back over here, man. It's opponents to be had, man. And I think Danny will like Mikey Garcia fight. That's not a fight that he speak of, but at the end of the day, it's a good payday. It's a smaller guy moving up. He been talking shit about how he beat you in the amateurs. But other than that, other than the Mikey Garcia fight for him, at 147 and possibly, immaculate miracle with making a fight with Terrence Crawford, the Jeff Horn winner. It ain't too much, going on for Danny, man. Danny gonna have to walk the plank and fight Earl. But if he can put Mikey Garcia's name in there, it could buy him some time and get him another payday. Then he can go see Earl. I don't think he's scared of Earl though. No, I really don't. But hey, that's people act like perception is a reality. I will say Danny Garcia has never been afraid of any fighter. It did look like he was scared of Earl. He wouldn't say Earl's name, but now it seemed like they pushing him off the plank a little bit to fight Earl. He's starting to mention his name. It's a business at the end of the day. Him and Angel handle as a business. I've been a Danny Garcia fan for a long time. I've been a promoter of Danny Garcia, and I'm not going to just jump off the boat. I said a long time ago I gave Danny Garcia a chance to beat Errol Spence. I give him a chance. Sean Porter not so much, just styles make fights. But would I pick him over Errol Spence? That's yet to be seen. I will definitely favor Earl right now. But it wouldn't surprise me if Danny did beat Earl. It wouldn't surprise me if Mikey was able to beat Danny. It's the hurt business. Mikey Garcia has had some of the greatest sparring and some of the greatest tutelage in the gym that you can find. So it's a fight that I'd be willing to see. Because kind of they timing is a little bit off. So they can meet next year. In the first quarter. Earl and Danny Garcia, they can build it up and do it. At the Barclays Center, wherever they want to do it at. But if they want to try to squeeze in at the end of the year and squeeze them in 3 fights, I'm with it as well. But if they're not gonna fight each other this year, and they do something else, I'm definitely down to see Danny and Mikey Garcia, because however that, results out to, it's Mikey talking shit about Earl, he got a belt, and then Steve Espinosa like, oh, you got a belt, you might as well fight Earl. So we're going to get a good fight regardless. It's either Mikey Garcia backing up his words and beating Danny and fighting Earl, or it's Danny Garcia backing up his words and say he ain't ducking nobody. Danny Swift Garcia ain't ducking nobody. Oh, Spence can get it too. So either way, it's going to be a good fight. Just a hypothetical, man. It's TBC and more. Thanks for sharing and subscribing. We on the move. We going.